to another video. I believe it is day 68, hiking northbound from Mexico to Canada on the CDT. As you saw from my last video, I left you here in this lovely car camping site, but I was really tired. Yesterday was a really tough day mentally, which I think I mentioned in the last video. Just feelings of, I've only been back on trail 2 weeks, but, that pretty much the whole 2 weeks other than, the trail angels and a couple people on trail, I've been alone, so it's just been kind of tough the last couple of days with some of those feelings. So yeah, I was also tired this morning. My alarm went off at 6:15 and I went back to sleep and didn't wake up till 8:15. So it is now 10 o'clock because I took my time having coffee, which I don't really ever do anymore on trail. And I had one of the Energy Stinger cinnamon energy waffle things, and it tasted so good with my coffee, so I have no regrets. I am only 24 miles from the Wyoming border. I am not trying to do all that today, especially with the late starts. We're going to see where we get. I think at mile 15 there's a climb. I think we're staying around 8,000 feet for the next several miles, and then that climb towards the end of the day, so that will be fun. And then my plan is to do a really big day tomorrow and either get to town late tomorrow or first thing Tuesday morning. So today is Sunday. Let's see what happens. Got my shirt wet when I filled up water this morning. It's probably 2.5 miles ago, and by the time I got to this water, my shirt was almost all the way dry. Which I know some of it's just having, more dry air, but it's really warm. I'm really thankful that there's all the trees that there are, but man, the sun is still beaming and it's clear skies, so we got my hair wet today too, which I don't usually do, but it needed to be done. So yeah, it's going good so far. I'm just still around 8,500 feet, so I think we're going to be here for another 10 miles or so. Most of the day down here where it's a little warmer. That's okay. I'm just grateful for water sources every once in a while. ATV road because the bridge was out about 1.5 miles ago. So, on the CDT it's out. So you have to come down the ATV road and reconnect with the CDT at some point. And then later down the trail, someone says that the trail's in such bad condition to take the horse trail. So, good times. It's pretty though. Well, the other day I got lucky with strawberries. Now, wild raspberries. Yum. Well, I just went for a dip in that, and it was lovely. And now lasagna for dinner. I've only gone about 12 miles today, but that's okay. I knew it wasn't going to be a big mileage day leaving so late. I mean, I'm going to keep going after this, but I'll probably be able to get 15 or 16. There's still some more up, another like 600 feet till we get to the rest of the top, the highest rest that we have until the end of Colorado. But yeah, overall it's been a good day. It's been pretty chill. Mostly there's been clouds, so I've been thankful for that, but it's just been really hot today, so just felt pretty disgusting and thought I would take a dip, and it was nice, but now I'm a little chilly and there's some mosquitoes, so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to dinner, and then yeah, I'll probably stop around 15, 16. I need to do a little investigation on the app and see where there's some good camping ahead. But that dip was really nice, very cold. Okay, well, today was a shorter day, but we knew that. Nice little spot. If only I had the energy to do a campfire. Yeah, I think I'm 10 miles or less, maybe 9 miles from the border. So I'm thinking that tomorrow I'm gonna get up early, get back on my schedule, and do a 20-mile day. And that way Tuesday morning, it's only like a 10-mile day to the pass, because I don't want to get there too early, because then I'm just stuck roaming around Encampment on Tuesday, and it's one more night I don't have to pay for in a hotel. So easier day today, longer day tomorrow, hopefully easier day on Tuesday, and then be able to take a full 0 in Encampment. So that is the plan. I'm gonna get set up because I am tired, even though it's been a short day. Just finished that big climb, so 3,100 feet of elevation gain today, so yay. But that's a gorgeous sunset right behind these trees. We haven't met under the red light in a long time, guys. I'm now in my tent, and I've had tea and a little baby Ruth for dessert. Treated myself for doing my big 14-mile day today. Overall, a decent day. I'm going to bed earlier tonight because last night I needed to talk to family, and so I was on the phone until like 10:15, which really threw my schedule off. So anyways, guys, I will catch you in the morning for day 69 and our last day in Colorado. Good morning, everybody. It is day 69, I believe. Woke up and it kind of smelled like smoke this morning. And it's very hazy, which I'm not really mad about because it's kind of keeping the sun chill out. Because man, as soon as it crests over the horizon, it's just very warm. I slept really good last night and had my alarm set for 5:15, and I don't recall it going off, so it either didn't go off or it went off and I turned it off in my sleep, which is not like me because I'm such a light sleeper, but I woke up at 6:15, so not too bad. It's 7:15 now. That was our last night in Colorado, so kind of crazy for a little bit anyways. The border is about 8 miles away, so we should be there in a few hours. And then the goal today is to get about 10 miles from the pass and set up camp, and then tomorrow kind of have a leisurely morning and then get to the pass and start thumbing for a ride. Hopefully I get service on time today so I can make some reservations for the motel. But yeah, so far, so good. It's really quiet this morning, minus that woodpecker. Kind of eerie. I wonder if that's the guy I saw yesterday. like the edge of it when I first started walking yesterday morning. Looks pretty. Well, it has been a lot of PUDs today. And it's really hot. There's like no wind and just pure sun, so I am sweaty and disgusting. And it's just like this. And I think it's like this past the border, so I'm taking a quick little break just to let my backpack dry a little bit in my bag. It's quiet today, and I'm listening to a book that's I really like the author's first book she did. It was her like first novel that she wrote, but this one's like a little TYA, and the writing is just like redundant, so I'm like ready for it to be over. I need to speed it up a little bit, but yeah, I'm about 7 miles in. Yeah, 6.2. So we have 3.5 more to the border, and then I don't know what awaits us after that. I haven't opened the Wyoming map yet, but almost there. A perfect example of a PUD. I have to go all the way down this hill to then go all the way back up, I think, way up there. Why? And it's like, Wyoming's right there, so close. But yeah, it's so far. Okay, well, I'm about tired of this road, y'all. I really am. Oh my gosh, we're going on almost 15, 16 miles of this, like, the last 2 days. It is exhausting. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fly to the border this morning. No, still like a mile away down this huge descent full of loose rock. We are here. We made it to Wyoming, a state I've never been to before, so very cool that I got myself here via my legs. I'm not as emotional as I was, from New Mexico to Colorado, because I did that entire length of that state. And for Colorado, for anybody that's new, I skipped the first 500 miles for a few reasons. One, the snow, because I got there in early June. I was having plantar fasciitis in my right foot, some dorsiflexion, ankle, tibular something issue on my left side. So I chose to go home from like June 10th to July 10th, something like that, July 12th maybe. So I've only hiked about the last 220 miles, maybe a little more, of Colorado, which, don't get me wrong, was a feat in and of itself. It was hard. But I think knowing that I still have 500 miles to do, whether I can get to it by by this hiking season, sometime in October, or if I have to save it till next summer, just kind of knowing that I'm not as emotional, I guess, and because I'm tired and it's hot out here. And I still have another 30 miles to Battle Pass or something like that, which is where I'm going to try and hitch into Encampment. Like, Chama was a little bit easier because I knew like that day that I crossed the border I was going to be going into town, so it was a little bit more like exciting. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the little shrine people have made here. It's super cute. But yeah, today is really hot, guys. Like, wow. Now my next mission is to find water, because apparently the water in this next section is kind of sketch. So let's see what we can do about the water situation. this is, like, to see logging. Our beautiful forest and all the dead stuff just piled while they took everything else. Just huge scar areas. It's depressing. I am literally in a bog, and I had no choice because this is the last water source for another 7 miles, and yeah, so looks pretty clear. It's so hot today. I am so tired of going up and down and up and down. It's so hot today. And yes, I have another bloody nose. Yay. Just started about 10 minutes ago going up. After I crossed the border, I made it like a mile, and then I had to lay down and take a nap. I slept for about an hour and then got up and proceeded to go into that marsh, meadow, whatever it's called, and made it through dry until I got water. Right after I got water, I then could not avoid sinking down into the black, wet mud. So, y'all, some days. Oh, never assume you know what's coming. Like, just never assume. That's what I'm learning about the CDT. Like, oh, you think, oh, I'm out of Colorado, like, no more 13ers. But honestly, like, there's just different stuff every day, just like in life. So, anyway, I'm tired. It's 5 o'clock, and I don't know how many miles I'm in because I can't look at my watch anymore. It's making me irritated. All I know is I've just got a bunch of up and downs to go, so I don't know if I'm going to make it to 20 tonight, guys. I really don't. I'm really getting worn out. Which just means tomorrow's going to be another long day because I don't think it's going to cool off, the closer we get to August. So that's the update. Good morning, everybody. It's day 70, and I spent the last hour climbing up to 10,250 feet, and we still have 200 feet to go. It is so humid. I'm really thankful that it's overcast today because the sun has been pretty brutal the last couple days. It's still really humid. My shirt's already soaked. I stink so bad. So we have 10 miles to go to the pass, and I forewent water down below because everybody said this creek up here was flowing, so it was just less weight on my back getting up here. Yeah, overall I slept well last night. It was really quiet. It was really hot, actually. But I woke up at 3:30 and I was like, is it time to get up? So slept in a couple more hours and then got up, and here we are with our lovely mosquito net on. That's really it. Getting into encampment today, and hopefully my hitch isn't too hard when I get to the pass here in a few hours. So I'm gonna fill up water and then eat some breakfast and get on the way. touches on this video, and I'm realizing in my footage that it goes from me on trail to just quick little bits of what happened yesterday. So I want to fill you guys in, and then I'll overlay some of those things as I talk because it'll make more sense from a narrative standpoint. I just kind of went downhill through the middle of this last section mentally, and a lot of that is stuff that's going on in my own, I want to call it my personal life, but I mean like in the background of, the background of the hike. So the reality versus expectations of this hike are just not lining up in the way that I thought they would. So that just kind of hit me in the middle of this last section. And yesterday, I just kind of, even though I was going uphill physically, I was going downhill mentally. I got to the pass, and there was a nice big wide shoulder to sit on or stand on or whatever to kind of thumb for a ride. So I heard that there wasn't very much traffic on the road, so I just kind of set up camp right there. Like I put out my mat and my backpack and stuck my thumb out at probably 12 or 14 cars that drove by. There's quite a few cars, and a lot of cars actually pulled into the parking lot and used the bathroom and then like left. So like they saw me sitting out there, but like no one pulled over. And for some reason it just made me really upset. So I started crying, and I could see like this Continental Divide overlook 500 feet. And I don't know, I was just feeling really bitter and tired and I don't know, overwhelmed is maybe not the right word, but yeah. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to give up and hike into Encampment, and if somebody pulls over along the way, they do. So I'm like crying, walking down the road, and I heard a vehicle coming behind me, so I just kind of like stuck my thumb out lazily to the side, and this nice couple pulled over, and they're like, we'd love to give you a ride, but our old dog is in the back, so do you mind to sit in the bed of the truck, which I didn't at all because I stunk, and it was actually really lovely to sit back there, just kind of to let the wind blow and, whatever. I continued to cry into town in the back of these people's car. I don't know why I'm so emotional, but anyway, I got to the Pine Lodge, and I took a shower, did my laundry, all the things I do. I'm so grateful that they let hikers do their laundry here. So nice and so kind. And I walked down to the 307 Lodge, and I had dinner. I had a burger and fries and a piece of pie. And yeah, I came back, and I was just so exhausted. So anyway, today, I went and got my resupply box and ran to the store about 1.5 miles away, round trip, to get some cold beverages and some snacks. But yeah, to close this video out at the halfway mark, I'm just feeling a little bit meh, Obviously, like being with my family the last month was energizing and fulfilling in that way, but I think just seeing all these beautiful things in this last section, because the Mountain Circle Wilderness really is beautiful, it just made me realize, like, what's the point in doing this if you're doing it alone, like, and you have no one to share it with. And it kind of sent me on a spiral to start thinking more like existential thoughts about what I'm doing when I get back and why I've made this choice and like all these crazy things. And I don't know if it's because I'm at the halfway point. I don't know if it's because I know how much is in store for me to make it another 1,500 miles or less, depending on what alternates I take. Being without, the people that I love and my animals and stuff for another 2 or 3 months, like, what's the point? I don't know. I know the point, like I know the reasons, I still have my why written down in my phone, but it's just the equilibrium of my why versus the reality of what's happening is kind of feeling a little bit off kilter right now. But all that to say, I got my resupply. I paid $35 to have that box shipped here, and I have a trail angel picking me up in the morning to take me to South Pass City. So we're gonna go. We're gonna do another stint in the woods. And see how I feel. But yeah, I really don't know what's in store for me if I continue to feel this way, because I don't think there's any point in life, whether it's a job, a relationship, a trip, an adventure, if you're doing it but you're not really having a good time, like you're not feeling like yourself, you're not feeling fulfilled by it. Yeah, so stay tuned for what's to come, and I'll see you guys on the next one.